Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are unboxing and taking a look at the Gods and Titans Oracle by Stacey Demarco with illustrations by Jimmy Manton. This is published by Beyond Words and it retails for $19.99 in the US and $26.99 in Canada. And as always, in the description box below, I will link where you can legitimately purchase this should you want to. And let's get into it. It includes 38 cards and a 160-page guidebook. Find renewal with Osiris. Hone your inventiveness with Vulcan. Build confidence with Achilles. Return to a time when gods were really gods and experience the authentic power of the masculine divine through the lives and legends of gods, heroes, and other powerful men from around the world. Gods and goddesses, the masculine and feminine divine, were once honored as two halves of a creative whole. A distorted perception of that sacred union has obscured the compassion and protective love of the masculine divine, emphasizing aggression and machismo. But now, author Stacey Demarco and artist Jimmy Manton invoke the true, balanced nature of the masculine with 38 dramatically illustrated oracle cards and a detailed guidebook that includes the myths and messages of each being, as well as invocations, guidance, and limitless inspiration. The ancient yet timeless wisdom of gods and titans will guide you through the twists and turns of life and teach you to use the energy of land, sea, heaven, earth, and underworld to solve modern problems. Embrace the genuine spirit of the masculine and discover your own power. All right, so let's get into it. It's a pretty big box. Ooh, there we go. The guidebook. And we have the cards. Okay, so before we get into the cards, let's just take a peek at the guidebook to see if there's anything that we need to know before utilizing it. We have introduction. Do we not have a table of contents? Oh, we do. Okay, so there's a table of contents. Introductions, how to use the cards, and then each card numbered. I love that. Okay. How to use the cards. You can dedicate or bless them. And there's a dedication here. That's cool. And then we have card spreads. So one card, the twins, full sun 3 card, the mountain, and then a 7-card spread and Odin's spread. And then it goes into the messages. Okay, so it looks like we can utilize it how we want. It is a gloss. Ooh, that's a high gloss. All right, cardstock. Oh, it's sturdy. It's not too thin, but not too thick. It snaps back, and a lot of that is helped with that gloss coating. But there's the back in full. Nice size. It's on the bigger size. And here we go. If you see me moving the cards, it's because I'm trying not to get the glare. See that? I don't want the ring light glare. Alrighty, I'm going to read out the name and the keyword down here just in case it might be hard to see on screen. So this is a cat with dedication. And if I mispronounce any of them, it is no disrespect. Intended. Achilles with confidence. I like the very light borders. That's a nice touch. Pook with fear. This art is beautiful. Anubis with protection. Apollo with inquiry. Interesting. Aries, war. These aren't numbered. So just in case you guys like that, I'm just calling it out. Biame, beauty. Cyranos with shape-shifting. Dionysus, ecstasy. Arrows with love. Ganesha with obstacles. Garuda with travel. Green Man with abundance. Hades, death. Helios with cycles. Hermes with communication. Hypnos with sleep. Jade Emperor, organization. These colors are just so dynamic and vibrant. Jisoo with support. Loki with play. Luke with skill. Maui with discovery. Mithras with sacrifice. Gorgeous art. Nuada with perfection. Odin, guidance. That beard though. Nice. Osiris with renewal. Poseidon, flow. Prometheus, altruism. Ra, power. Set, chaos. Shiva, destroyer. Thor, action. Thoth, wisdom. Typhon, anger, rage. Ol, focus. Vishnu, balance. Vulcan, inventiveness. And Zeus, leadership. All right, let's see how it shuffles. Not an issue. I'm gonna try it side by side. Oh, I like this better. This works for my hand size better. All right, and then this way. Yeah, not an issue. Okay, can we get a card to read, please? All right, we're gonna read for Loki with play. So I just wanted to point out that it is alphabetically organized in the table of contents. So even though they're not numbered, you'll still be able to find it very quickly in the table of contents. So we're going to jump to page 85. Okay. Look at the lighter side of the situation. Rediscover your sense of humor and play. Loki is a trickster god. Tricksters are those gods who, through tricking, shape-shifting, playing the fool, or simply playing, become teachers in the lessons of life. In this way, they humble the powerful, expose the unjust, and balance imbalances. Loki plays his trickster role superbly and is featured in many stories in Norse mythology. One story that displays Loki's talents is of the theft of Thor's magical hammer, Mjolnir. Thor awoke one morning to find his hammer missing. Little did he know that King Primer had stolen it to blackmail the gods into granting him the hand of the goddess Freya in marriage. Thor asked Loki for help. After borrowing Freya's winged cloak to help speed things up a bit, Loki flew around until he came upon King Primer. Acting innocent to the plot, Loki soon ascertained that the hammer was buried underground, and he relayed Primer's ultimatum to Thor. After visiting Freya again and learning from her that she would certainly not marry King Primer, the Norse gods gathered to discuss their strategy. It was suggested that Thor disguise himself as Freya. Covered in a bridal veil, he could possibly get close enough to his hammer to regain it. Thor was outraged, but the clever Loki convinced him of the wisdom of this play. And so the quote-unquote bride was presented, and King Primer happily greeted them and invited them to a great feast. Thor, ever the big warrior, began to shovel the food through his veil at a great rate, prompting Primer to question Freya's hunger. Loki confidently answered that Freya had starved herself in eagerness for the coming nuptials. Unable to control his lust, Primer then peeked behind the veil, only to be met by a set of fiery, savage eyes not fit for a maiden. The king again questioned Loki about his bride, and Loki smiled and told Primer it was because she hadn't slept for 8 nights in her excitement at meeting him. Finally, it was time for the ceremony. The king's men brought out Mjolnir to lay on quote-unquote Freya's lap to sanctify her prior to the marriage vows. Of course, Thor now had his chance. He grabbed his hammer and threw off his gown. Thor defeated Primer and all of his people, all because Loki's rather clever prank. Loki was also well equipped to aid his trickery. As a shapeshifter, he had few rivals. Stories claim he can change into a seal, a woman, a fish, a horse, and even a housefly. It is wise to take a leaf out of Loki's book and find a way to laugh at your troubles. It is a great talent to find the humor in any circumstance. Should Loki call you, look to the lighter side of the situation. There always is one. Ask yourself, when was the last time I actually laughed, played, or did something downright silly? There is so much freedom in this. Shadow side. It's not nice to be tricked or if the outcome is cruel rather than character shaping. Loki did at times stretch friendships and at these times did not come out as the victor. There is also a big difference between light jesting and making fun of someone. Ridicule just to build up ourselves is the shadow side of play. It tears others down as well as ourselves. Another way the shadow side is expressed is when, rather than showing real emotions, when things are not going well, we smile through it, masking our true feelings. Are we covering a soul wound or the expression of healthy emotion with too much play? We must be true to our emotions and ourselves, not cover them with jokes and false laughter. We also have symbols, horses, bound man, and snakes. And there's an invocation. Should you want a little mischief or more play in your life, why not invite Loki over? One wonderful day to honor Loki is April 1st, but you can invite more fun into your life whenever you need it. Go outside where it's okay to make a bit of a mess, shake up a can of soda and open it. It will squirt all over the place. Call Loki as you do this. He will love it. And then there's a little invocation. All right. I'm not mad at this. I think this is beautifully done. There's a lot of information. I love that there is a little bit of history underneath the gods so that if you're not familiar with them, you have more familiarity with working with the energy of the card. I think that, some of you might be like, oh, why choose play for Loki? That's a little, that might be a little too not serious enough for Loki, but I get it. I like the story that went along with it to make you understand the card energy a little bit more. So if there's like maybe a keyword that was on a god that you're familiar with or you work with that you're like, I don't know if that was the right word. Maybe the reason the word is chosen is because there's a specific story that was referenced. But with that being said, I think it is gorgeously illustrated. I think it's beautifully done. It's a great everyday deck. It's a great deck to learn about the gods, especially if you are wanting to maybe work with your divine masculine, or if you are wanting to have a little bit more balance in the divine masculine to bring that out. Or if you like working with these gods, or if you are wanting to use them for spell work or altar work, or, you know, devotionals, this could be a deck for that as well. So I would love to know, this deck has been out for a few years now. I would love to know if you own this, what your thoughts are, how you use it, what do you like to use it for, all of your thoughts. And even if you don't, if this is your first time seeing this, I would love to know your thoughts about it too. Is this something that you're excited about? Is this something that you see yourself using? I am so excited to learn more about specific ones in this deck and to hear the stories of, you know, ones that I am familiar with in this guidebook. So with all that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.